guys see the title. So yes, the employee that I tried to help with my own money because he was homeless, um, I just had to let him go yesterday. So let me bring you guys up to speed real quick. This won't be a long video, but I want to tell you guys the story of how this went down. So we hired this employee back in August, right? He was fresh out of jail. He told me he was out of jail for about a month, and nobody would give him an opportunity. Nobody would hire him. Wearing a bunch of tattoos and things of that nature. My assistant was doing interviews. She wanted to hire him, give him an opportunity. I did a follow-up interview, and I gave her permission to go ahead and hire him. Because I don't like to prejudge people. I want to judge people by their character and their work ethic. So it turns out to be he was a decent employee. No issues as an employee. But his attendance was always shaky, always shaky. So finally in November, I was going to let him go. It was like a few days before, I want to say Thanksgiving. A few days before Thanksgiving. He was, like I said, his attendance record was not that great. So he consistently was being late, calling off. So, and granted, he was being documented for these call-offs and being late. So about a week before Thanksgiving, I sat him down because my mind was kind of made up to fire him this particular day. And I'm talking to him like, what's going on, man? You're constantly calling off, being late. I just don't know if this relationship is going to work out here. So then he explained to me that he was homeless. His grandma had put him out. He's 25 years old. He explained to me he was homeless. Him and his grandmother had an argument. She threw him out. He didn't have anywhere to go. So me, being the person I am, now I'm feeling bad for him. So this particular day was 18 degrees outside. And I said, when you get off work tonight, do you have any place to go? He said, no, I don't have any place to go. So me being the person that I am, I said, you know what, I'm going to do you a solid. I am going to rent you a hotel room for the week till you get paid. I am going to rent you a hotel for the week till you get paid. Then after that, you're on your own. Or you need to start paying by the week after that. So I put him in my car. I ran to the ATM machine. I got the cash out. Took him to this particular hotel that people use they got cheap rates for by the week. And I paid it. It was like $275. Paid for him a week, right? So he would have a place to live. So after that, come to find out when that week was up, he did not re-up for the next week. He started bouncing around from house to house again. But okay, you know what? Not my problem. I'm not even going to worry about it. So when I set him down here, I put him on a final warning. And I said, you cannot call off or be late anytime before the end of the year. Because I've given you plenty of documentations, warnings, whatnot. You cannot be late. Guys, he was late the very next day after I bought the hotel room. He was late the very next day. I said, you know what? Whatever. As long as he don't call off, I'm not going to say too much. Last week, the Monday before Christmas, on the 22nd, he called off. So the next day, on the 23rd, I was going to terminate him. But then I'm like, you know what? He almost made it to the end of the year. So I'm going to give him another final warning. Guys, I'm going overboard to try to help this dude. I'm going overboard to try to help this dude. I said, well, he almost made it to the end of the year. So I'm just going to give him another final and give him another 30 days that he can't miss any work. If he does, I'm going to fire him. Because I really didn't want to fire nobody, guys. Honestly, I didn't really want to fire anybody 2 days before Christmas. I really didn't. Because I've done that before. I fired a manager of mine 10 years ago on Christmas Eve. And I felt horrible for doing that. But believe me, they needed to go because they stole from us, right? This was on Christmas Eve, and we found out that LPA did an investigation on this manager, and they were stealing from me. So I had to fire this individual on Christmas Eve, but this was 10 years ago. But I still felt horrible because it was Christmas Eve. But they had to go. So I really didn't want to fire this dude 2 days before Christmas. I just didn't. So I sat him down. and said, listen, man, you are really, really pushing my patience. I said, I'm going to put you on another 30 days, probationary period, another final warning for attendance. If you make it to 30 days, you'll be on a clean slate starting in 2026. We had this conversation, guys, on Tuesday the 23rd. And guess what he did yesterday? On Saturday, December 27th. He called off. He called off again. So I had to go into work today because he was scheduled. So I had to go into work today and let this gentleman go. It just goes to show you guys, no matter what you do sometimes, you just can't help individuals that don't want to be helped. I felt bad for this guy back in November. Took $275 of my own money, put him in a hotel room because it was 18 degrees outside. 18 degrees. And he didn't have anywhere to go. And I wasn't expecting the money back, didn't want it back. You know, I'm in a position to where I can do things for individuals. In a position where I can help people that's truly in need. But this is why individuals don't want to help people. Because you would get burned in the end. Now, I put my neck out for this individual. And ultimately, I'm getting burned in the end because all this time has been employed. All the resources we have put into them, you know, training, developing, it's been a waste. So it's been a waste of 5 months. It's just been a waste. Been a waste. See, now my mindset is I'll never do this again. I would never stick my neck out for an employee ever again. And granted, you know, I let my upper management know that I had done this because I didn't want something to get out about favoritism, anything like this. So I let upper management know, and upper management was very appreciative of me looking out for one of our employees. And then upper management even gave me my money back because of what I did. They said, you know what, Frank, fill out an expense report, get your money back because we really appreciate your kind gesture trying to help out one of your employees. So I ended up getting my money back, but I wasn't expecting my money back. But yeah, it just goes to show you guys, no matter what you do sometimes, some individuals just can't be helped. And this is why individuals don't want to help people, because you get burned in the end. In the end, you get burned. Because in the end, right now, I'm getting burned. Tried to help this gentleman, gave him a job out of jail when nobody else would. Gave him plenty of chances to get his act together when he's consistently late, calling off. Gave him plenty of warnings, documentations, let him know where I stood. And in the end, I still get burnt because it didn't ultimately work out with this employee. So I'm not telling you guys not to help people if you can, but this is why I really don't stick my neck out for people. And it just gives me another reason not to stick my neck out and help individuals. Whether it's people that I know, family, friends, or individuals that I work with. It just gives me the mindset, don't help people, because in the end, you will get burned. So this is another lesson learned for Frank. So guys, I just wanted to tell you guys this quick story. Please remember to like this video, share the video, and most important, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, Frank Talks Money. And with that, guys, always remember, financial decisions you make today will impact your financial life tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. Frank Talks Money. I'm out here.